Hello, everyone. To begin this journey, we start with growing our awareness on how to self-locate. We will be coming home to the deeper, more authentic parts of ourselves. It takes courage to follow our desires and care for ourselves, to locate when something is out of balance and needs to change. And we step out of our perceived comfort, even if we think it's comfortable, and into the unknown mystery of life. So I want to celebrate each of you for listening and investing in your growth, happiness, and wellness. Everything is optional. You don't have to do anything. Following what feels good and right to you is absolutely important. Okay. Any of the practices, any of the things I offer, you have volition in this. And to be able to honor those boundaries, to be able to honor that, I fully support. And at the same time, I want you to go to this place where you're pushing your boundaries, but not going over them into a place of trauma. So where you're like on the fridges of your safe zone. Okay, because that's where the growth is. If we just stay in the middle in the safe zone and we don't ever go out to see what's out there, we're not going to grow. We're not going to learn. Okay. Sometimes we have to peek on the edge of that safe zone. We have to push against a little bit of like what's there to see and grow and feel and learn. But we don't want to go beyond it into the place of distortion, into the place of pushing ourselves beyond what feels good for us. Okay. So it's about finding that the edges of the safe zone where we can honor and see what else is present there. All right, so everything is optional, and I want to encourage you to try everything at least once. So taking a deep breath into that. Who's on board for that? Okay, cool. All right, everyone. So let's get into it. So we're going to look under the hood of our energy usage and how we run our energy and our power. We're going to explore the language of our bodies and attuning to the wisdom within us. We're going to get present, no more checking out. Okay, you are safe to feel. Learning how to be embodied means we learn how to be with all of our senses. Okay, we're often so much in our head and our mental brain, and we cut ourselves off from the intelligence and intuition of our bodies, and yet everything gets stored in our bodies. Our mind can lie, but our bodies can't. We usually bulldoze past what we are experiencing, and we don't give ourselves what we need in those moments, and instead use a number of ways in which we check out and numb ourselves because we often don't know what to do with what we are feeling, so we don't do anything. We use food, alcohol, TV, substances to disengage, to numb ourselves. Okay, the entire planet pretty much does this. So coming out of those ruts takes perseverance. And what's on the other side of that is really full connection to ourselves and to our happiness, our fullness. Okay, so I'm going to give you a tool right now to use. So we're going to use a very simple red, yellow, green self-location way of understanding ourselves. So some of you are familiar with this because I've worked with you a little bit, but let it be a reminder. So green is I'm all good. I feel calm and resourced. Keep going. Things are great. Okay, that's when you're in a green. Yellow, when you get into a yellow, that you are starting to feel triggered, maybe emotional or unsafe in some ways. And this is when you need to slow down. You need to connect with your breath. You need to maybe take some space and feel what's going on. Okay, maybe get some help here. That's when you're in yellow. Red is when you are overwhelmed, triggered, fear, strong emotions, or a freeze response. This means full stop. Stop what you're doing, remove yourself from the situation, get support, and use emotional release tools. So it's important to start recognizing where we are so that we can tend to ourselves in an emotionally intelligent way. So using green, yellow, red is a great way to just simply locate where you're at. Sometimes we get into these places and we don't even know why. We haven't the mental mind hasn't wrapped itself around that, but we're feeling kind of dysregulated in some way. So in any moment as I'm moving through life, I can be like, I'm a green, I'm good, I'm a green. Ooh, something like happened or a conversation or somebody said something or, whatever it is. And it's like, I can feel that yellow coming on. I can feel it. I'm like, oof, I'm in a yellow. There's some discomfort there. Whatever comes up, I can know, okay, this is a yellow. I'm in a yellow right now. Okay, I need to tend to myself. And this is great, great, great to use with kids too, by the way. Okay. And when I'm in a red, when the breath gets really shallow and the heart stops and get into like a full trigger, it's really good to kind of know when you're in these different phases and how to navigate them. Okay. Red is hard. This is where you just got to stop. You got to do the things that work for you. So I'm curious when the last time you were in a yellow or a red. I just want to give you a moment to take a breath and to feel into that. When was the last time you were in a yellow or a red? And you're not going to share it right now. I just want you to reflect on it. It might have been at the beginning of this call. So just feeling into that. And I want you to know that I will be giving you tools to navigate your emotions. So as you're feeling into being the last time you were in a yellow or a red, I want you to just kind of close your eyes for a moment and feel that sensation or feel that experience, whatever triggered that yellow or the red. Don't go into that space, but just be with yourself in your body and notice the signs and the signals that shifted when you got into that yellow or that red. Just taking a moment to recognize what that looked like for you. Everybody has their different experience with it. So you might feel like a tightness in your body. You might feel the jaw tighten or the shoulders, or my neck often feels like this energy. You could feel the breath usually gets really tight. You might feel like the stomach kind of go into, there's physical sensations that happen when we're in the yellow and the red that we need to attune to, as well as the mental mind that usually goes into a loop of some sort. So using red, yellow, green gives us a simple map of where we are so that we can tend to ourselves and meet whatever intensity comes our way. So I want to invite you to get your journals out. And I'm going to ask you some questions about where you currently are in your life in certain areas. And you'll start by using a number scale to evaluate where you are in each area, and then a brief description, just maybe a sentence, even a few words sometimes about what you are experiencing in this area of your life. And so the number scale is a 1 through 10. So 1 meaning is not good. You're not feeling it. It's like the worst. 10 is the best of whatever that situation or the area is. Okay. 1, not good. 10, great, amazing. Okay. So everybody have their journals ready? Great. Okay. So the first question is, how do you feel about your body in this moment? 1 on that scale. Okay. 1 is you feel terrible about your body. 10 is you just love it and you think it's amazing. So where are you on that in relationship with your own body right now? Put a number down and then just maybe say, whether it's a sentence or a couple words about how you feel about your body now. And the next one is, how confident are you currently? How confident do you feel? So you can just put down confidence, put a number along the scale, and then a couple words or a sentence about confidence in your life right now. Confidence in yourself. Okay, the next one is, how do you feel about yourself as a sensual being? So you can just put down sensuality. Use that number scale. The next one is femininity. How do you feel about your feminine nature on that scale? And the next one is empowerment. How do you relate to your own power? How empowered do you feel in this moment? And the next one is emotions. How do you relate to your emotions on that scale? Do you feel like you are connected to your emotions? Like your emotions rule you? Where are you on that scale? And what's your, just a couple words of your experience of you as an emotional being right now? And the next one is pleasure. Where are you on that scale? Being able to access pleasure right now. And just a couple words or sentence about your relationship with pleasure. So just coming to completion with this for right now, and you can always come back to it. It's really good to reflect on all these pieces. And just want to ask you to notice how you feel after reflecting on each of these areas of your life. Are you in yellow a little bit? Notice if anything has shifted. Okay. All right. So we're going to, you can put your journals away. And we're going to move into some sensual embodied movement. And the reason why I have developed this and why we're going to be doing it is because we need to know how to be in our bodies. We're often in our heads. And to be in our bodies sometimes takes this connection to ourselves, and we're wanting to connect to our femininity, we're wanting to connect to our sensuality, to find these authentic expressions of ourselves. Is a sensual embodied movement is a great way to do this. And some of you may be really comfortable with dance and movement and being in your body, but even in those, for those of us who are really comfortable with that, we're often in this realm of moving the same ways in the same kind of we get into choreography, or we get into, you know, whatever, a dance class or yoga or whatever it is that we do, or working out in certain ways. So sensual embodied movement is about kind of breaking any of that routine. This is about listening to our bodies. This is about connecting to our breath. And it's about moving in a way that feels pleasurable, moving in a way where our body is guiding us. So it's pleasure-led, body-led, breath-led movement. And it's about slowing down. So sensual embodied movement in moving this way can also help us move emotions and energy through our body that gets stuck and trapped. So today is going to be our first exploration with sensual embodied movement. So what you're going to do is you're going to need to get comfortable. You're going to get down on the floor, the ground, on the bed. Just give yourself some room to move. And you might want to take off your glasses or your headphones or whatever the pieces are that might inhibit you from moving. And you're going to start by sitting up. I'm just going to make myself comfortable here as well. Okay, everyone. So you're going to start by sitting up. If you want to put a pillow underneath your bottom, that can help you feel more comfortable. I just want to remind everybody that I have my left leg is healing. So it is going through its own experience and I don't have as much flexibility. Like I can't get in child's pose and some things that I would like to be able to do, but I can't. So as I lead you through these things, I'm going to do my best to demonstrate. And my invitation to you is to watch me. These movements that we're going to be doing are very slow. They're very simple. And again, it's just to bring your breath into them to find what feels good to your body. So you can look at me, see what I'm doing, and then the invitation is to close your eyes and to do this motion so that you're just not worried about what you're looking like or if you're doing it right, that you're just getting the sense of what it looks like, and then go ahead and move your body with your eyes closed so that you can connect into what the sensations in your body are. So finding a comfortable seated position in a place where you have movement, you might be on yoga mats. I put my little futon out because my knees need a little extra padding right now. If you have pillows that you might want around you to support you in different ways, but we're really doing everything in seated and lying down on all fours. Okay. All right. So when you are ready, getting comfortable in a seated position, and go ahead and close your eyes and just start to take some deep breaths as you tune in once again to the inner landscape of your body. And you're feeling for the different sensations, particularly the places that you feel some tension or tightness. And direct the breath into those sensations. Feeling the breath move in and open and expand those places. And then exhaling that energy out. Another part of this sensual embodied movement is that you can make some sounds. If you want to make some ah, or a little humming, or just like releasing of any sort of sounds, of course, knowing the space that you're into and what volume is good where you're at, honoring that, but allowing there to be a little bit of vibration that moves through your voice from time to time as you breathe and connect to these different movements. All right, Sabrina, can you start the music? Okay, so the first thing I'm going to invite you to do is we're going to move through our spines. So from the seated position, going ahead and letting the spine start to wrap and move back as you're folding your head over and the spine moves back, holding onto the knees. So you're bringing your knees up a little bit. And now you're going to lean forward with your head towards the ground, and then bringing the head up and the chest out. And when you get to the fullness here, you're going to go ahead and reverse that right in your stomach, moving the stomach back, the spine back. And slowly moving it forward. Just slowly moving through the spine. And as you do this movement, feeling every little bit of the spine as it moves. Going really slow so that you can feel everything. Letting your eyes close and just drop into this movement through your spine, the side. Let the breath be full and deep. As you move, as you drop into the sensation, see if you can start to feel the energy. Maybe there's places that you want to pause. Let's not pause there. There's no requirement. Connected to your body and what feels good. Now, start to move your spine in circles. So you're going to move the chest around to the right side and then bringing it forward and over to the left, nice and slow. Slower than you would think was comfortable so that you can feel every little sensation. We're so busy so much of the day, going. This is a time to slow down. Feel, sense, tune in. And breathe deep, full breaths. You look at me, babe, I wanna catch on fire. It's buried in my soul. Just keep moving in that circle until you come to the back. You found the light in me that I couldn't pausing find. Here for just a moment. So when I'm all choked up, and then reversing the direction, taking it over to the left. Every time we say forward. Baby, it hurts. Over when to the right. Goes down, and the band won't play. I'll always remember us this way. Over to the left. Lovers in the night. Forward. Going at the pace that feels good to you, and then slowing it down a little bit more. Couple more circles and pausing. Feels good. Let yourself stop. Feel it. Now you come back again, and then go ahead and straighten your spine. Here. You're going to bring your right hand down to your right hip. You're going to stretch this left arm up and over. Get a nice big stretch to the body, slow, and then let that arm go all the way down. Slow. Just round your body like you're going over a big beach ball, letting your fingertips just drip across the floor, the bed. All the way to the other side, letting the right arm come up, stretch, and then reach it up and back. The chest is open, head is open. Again, stretching that left arm up and over. Bringing those fingertips all the way around, letting them just drip as they graze across the floor or the mattress. Keep the breath flowing as you come up on the other side. Stretching your body here. And then bringing that arm down. Letting the chest open, head open. Now we're going to go the other way, reaching that right arm up and over. Rounding the spine as you come forward, allowing the fingers to just graze across the mattress. Floor. Planting the right hand, picking the left arm up, stretching it. Bringing it all the way up and around. Behind you, opening your chest. And then reaching that right arm up and over. With that big shoulder stretch, moving around. Notice the sensation under your fingertips of the floor, the mat. Reaching that left arm up, all the way around. Meet floor behind you.
I know that you're trying to understand, but you can't.
Now you're going to keep both arms behind you, and we're just going to do some head circles that involve the top of your body. Watch me as I do this. Breathe, and then just find your own flow. Keeping your neck, shoulders, a bit of a stretch here, and pausing. If something feels to lift, pause. Yourself just breathe into it. Next time you come to the back, just letting the chest open. Slowly and gently, and modifying anything that you need to. You are the master of your body. We're going to go the other direction. Let the shoulders round over as you come forward. The head back. Don't worry about your hair. If it comes in front of your face, just let it. It to be messy. Bringing your breath into the movement, slowing it down, feeling all the little micro sensations. One more circle here, body. back to that open chest. And then slowly bringing yourself into neutral. Bringing some big circles to your shoulders. Forward and back. Letting the head just be along for the ride. When you're ready, you're going to reverse the direction so they're rounding forward. It might feel really awkward to move this slowly at first. That's okay. I know it felt super awkward for me at first. Now it feels delicious. Let us to move some of the energy, some of the emotions that we're feeling and connect to our sensual body. Beautiful. And then just coming to pause here. Just look into feeling one shoulder move to the right or left, and then the other shoulder moving forward and back. So you're alternating them, letting the body move. And there's no right or wrong way for this. Just do what feels good to your body.
We love to see you continue to set the bar, they underneath it. Always bet on yourself and best believe it. If you ever fold, I'm here to iron out the creases, just preheat it. Self-hate, we must unteach it. I'm talking standards so high, they can never reach it.
Beautiful.
A lot of broken promises from broken people. I bet them half-naked hoes never feel completed, just conceited.
Okay, and
for
now,
no fucking reason. Something got you glowing.
Take your right arm down and take your left leg out.
You the housewife type, put a ring on it.
Come down
you practically
right here. Letting the arm go, stretching the arm out, the leg down. And then slowly coming back up. Dropping that left arm down now. Legs, other side, all this goddess pose, coming over this way now. Stretching the right arm over. Now go ahead and let yourself go onto your belly. Just let your hips go back and forth on your belly. In front of you if that feels good. And then bringing your elbows back. Go ahead and come up into Sphinx pose here. Let the shoulders open. Feel that back opening here. Remembering to keep connected to your breath. And now you're going to push yourself back up onto your knees, coming back into child's pose, which I can't fully do. So if you can, go ahead, bring your bottom all the way down. And we're just going to rock forward and back really slowly. And moving things in our spine again here. And then coming up on your hands and knees. Rock forward, up. Rocking back. At your own pace. Always an invitation to pause if something feels really delicious. Moving with slow attention. Emotions. It feels good. It feels awkward. It feels weird. Like excitement. It feels vibration of spirit, that of emotions move through you. And coming to neutral on your hands and knees. And do some hip circles here. So that you're circling your hips all the way around. And your head's going to move with it. And this feels so good to your whole spine. You're going to notice the places that you feel really tight. We have so much that's held in our pelvis and our hips. Oh. Keep on breathing and move slowly, slowly, slowly. You're ready, you're going to reverse the direction. In the hips, tension and tightness. Each trauma that's being held in your belly, letting the belly as it drops down, just let it go. No more holding it in. Beautiful. And then you can just move through some big circles. Body forward.
For some time.
Back.
Can't stop staring at those ocean eyes. Burning cities and
let this feel good.
15 flares inside those ocean eyes. Your ocean eyes on fire. You really know how to make me cry.
When you're ready, switch direction. If this doesn't feel good, you do what feels good. You have to follow me. It's about really listening to your body.
I've been walking through a world gone blind. Can't stop thinking of your diamond.
Ready? Just coming back into child's pose. Coming into as deep as is comfortable for you to be in this position. Your arms can be out, they can be by your side. I have to support myself a little bit because of my injury here. Just let your head drop down. You want to reach your arms out in front of you and then bend the elbows. So that arm stretch. While you're in child pose, just noticing what came up for you during this movement. Noticing what you're feeling right now. Noticing any discomfort, both physical or mental. That you're doing something new, something slow, something different. You're ready. Go ahead and turn over onto your back. We're going to do a little nervous system reset here. So your heels are going to be against the floor, hopefully. And you're just going to rock your body as you kind of point and flex. And it's going to create this little wiggle of your body. So the rest of your body is totally relaxed. You're just letting it do its thing as your heels are against the floor and you're pointing and flexing your legs, your feet, sorry. And it's letting your body just do this little rocking. Letting your body rock. Just surrender into the rock. Keep going. Do this for about 30 seconds or more. Just that's all the energy. Kind of move around, little reset. Letting the head just nod up and down as it just goes. Body shaking here. Maybe letting a few sighs out. And then coming to the legs, totally let go and rest. Just coming into stillness here, feeling and letting everything integrate, the movement you just did. Just taking note and feeling and sensing what's here now. Are you a green? Are you a yellow? Are you red? And then very gently and slowly starting to wiggle the toes and the fingers. Opening the eyes gently, taking in the room around you. Bringing the knees to bend them. Rolling over onto your side. And then gently coming up back into a seated position. Coming back to the calm when you're ready. Welcome back. Messy hair, maybe a little tired, maybe feeling a little weird or whatever the sensations that came up for you. Hopefully that felt good to your body. And I just want to speak about what we're doing here because it might feel really foreign and it might be really comfortable. So wherever you are on that scope, we're going to continue to do this kind of movement, but we're going to keep on expanding on it until you come to a place where it's going to feel so delicious and so good, and you're going to move through whatever emotions are present. You're going to be able to really bring yourself into like this nervous system regulation that can happen when you give yourself a little bit of time and space to drop into this kind of connection to your body. It's kind of like a moving meditation in a way. What that was like for you, like what came up in that practice, if that felt awkward, if it felt hard. Just so you know, the first time I did any movement like this, I was just like, what? I can't move this slow. I don't get it. I don't understand. And I'm a pretty embodied person. So just so you know that if any of you have those experiences, those are normal experiences to have at first. We're also connecting to a sense of sensuality. When we move slow, when we move with our breath, we can activate the sense of connection and pleasure and sensuality that we don't often give ourselves permission to feel and experience, especially that's authentic. It's not like performance. We're not trying to look a certain way. We're like feeling our body and feeling what feels good to our body, and we're connecting to that and we're being with that, which is sometimes a new experience. Use the red, yellow, and green and do a little bit of self-reflection in your journal if you can, most days, of like, today I was mostly in green. I felt centered. I felt whatever, just some self-reflection. But I felt a yellow come up when this thing happened, or a red. I felt myself go into red, so that you're just starting to self-locate in a deeper way of what's going on, and you can feel that. And then I'll give you some tools to navigate those different yellows and reds, and to celebrate the greens. And that's another thing, like when you've been in a green all day, when it's been pretty good, to celebrate that. Oh, wow, I was in green most of the day. That's awesome. There was peace, and usually peace and calm comes when we're in a green, right? Now, it's okay. It doesn't mean that it's bad and terrible when we go into a yellow or a red. There's real important growth and learning that comes from the yellow and the red. And we are human beings having a human experience. We're not always going to be in green. But to be able to celebrate when we are in green and to like feel that and acknowledge it, and then to also be like, oh, okay, these are the signs that I'm going into yellow. And if we can catch ourselves when we're in yellow, then we can hopefully avoid going into red too often. Because sometimes we get into a trauma loop of just going into these places that don't feel good, and it's just like we're kind of on an unconscious loop of it. So we're calling our awareness in so that we can be more aware, we can be more conscious of these signs and signals when we move through these different red, yellow, green experiences in our lives, and we can start to navigate them with a lot more grace and feel empowered through them, even when we get into a red. Being like, okay, I'm at a red. This sucks. This is hard. Okay, I'm gonna do these things, or I'm gonna reach out to somebody, or whatever it is, and we'll develop those things as we go. All right. Well, I just want to thank you all for being here. So thank you for trusting me to be your guide in this journey. Bye.